Howdy, I'm here to talk about Piranha, the 2010 remake. And I really love this movie. Maybe not love, but I really like it. I'm thinking about buying it, just, to put that out there. I'll give it a 7. For pure fun, really. It's about Piranha. An earthquake opens up a fissure, connector to an underground lake from the, what'd they say, Pleistocene, Neolithic era, something like that. And the piranha have been waiting for 2 million years to be released, and they are released at the height of spring break in a small lakeside community that depends on their spring break. So it's very much like Jaws in a way. I mean, I guess right there on the cover it says Jaws Gone Wild. So it is. I really had fun. This movie is just fun. It's a horror film, I guess, and an action thriller film as well. It's a monster movie, I guess, first and foremost. It's directed, co-written by Alexander Aja, I think is how you say his name. I'm not sure. He did The Hills Have Eyes, the remake, as well. And I think he did one of the Final Destination films, for some reason. One of them. This is his best movie, by far. It seems to be the only movie he's made that's, like, just brimming with entertainment and glee and madness. I'm hoping I can find it here. And it's very small print. But this is why I love this movie, and this is why you should see this movie. It is rated R. It is rated hard R. And it's rated R for... Excuse me. I'm trying to read this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But it's so funny. God dang it. Rated R for sequences of strong, bloody, horror, violence, and gore. Graphic nudity, sexual content, language, and drug use. I mean, I feel that's all I should have to say. That's why you should see this movie. I saw it in the theater. This is the second time I've seen it. I almost gave the theatrical experience an 8. It was 3D. I don't think it was shot in 3D, but it was converted to 3D. I loved it in the theater. And I was worried that the impact would not be the same for a home viewing experience. And it isn't. I mean, I feel very grateful that I saw this in the theater. In fact, I feel a little special. But it's still, what you love about it is, it's still intact. Without the added special effect. It stars, let's see, a lot of faces I didn't recognize. A lot of young Hollywood, I suppose. But Elizabeth Shue is in there. Ving Rhames is in there. Christopher Lloyd is in there. Richard Dreyfuss has top billing. And he starts off the film, and I think it's excellent. The beginning of the film, very geeky Nirvana for me. Who else is in there? Jerry O'Connell, I think I got the big ones. But again, the main characters, I guess, are young stars that I don't know yet. But all of the acting is very appropriate. You know, there's no Shakespearean stuff going on here, but it all fits together very nicely. You know, basically they're just making the best bad movie possible. And I mean, it's a throwback. It's a throwback to just the cheese of the 70s, and it works. I think it works on pretty much every level. For what it is, you know, for what it is. The Piranha, it's scary in a few parts. I did jump a couple times, even sitting here at home, but that's mostly due to, I don't know, I guess what I would call cheats, where there's a loud sound out of nowhere and something rushes across the screen. And I mean, if you're paying attention to the story, if you're drawn into the story, it's going to scare you because simply you're paying attention. So there's that, but mostly it's just gore. And sometimes it gets pretty intense. Like, I don't know, at some point, I mean, I still felt a little uncomfortable with what was happening to these people. And again, if you just imagine yourself getting ripped apart by Piranha, I don't know, I think they portray it very well, but a lot of people die in this movie, you know, not even connected to Piranha. You know, they get killed by mayhem that ensues from the Piranha. So, I don't know, I just think it's fantastic. Really, I mean, I'm sticking to my 7, don't get me wrong. It's not like high art, and it's not gonna, well, I was gonna say it's not gonna blow your mind, but it might. Again, some of the special effects in here, and some of the practical effects are great and really, again, disturbing. I almost want to say it's the reason you watch the film. I think I timed it at just about 10 minutes, but there's like a cutscene, and if it weren't for that cutscene, it would be something like, you know, 20 minutes of just pure carnage. And there's nothing like, there's no plot development, but there's just a bunch of people dying. And it just happens over and over and over and over and over again. And it seems to just escalate with each one. And when I was done with it, I don't know, it left me a little raw, a little ragged. There is a lot of nudity in this movie, and in the 3D, I thought it was great. Just to have, well, there's like an underwater ballet sequence of nudity, and in 3D, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, just like, well, this is why we have 3D, is for underwater nude ballets. But and again, while watching it at home, I still just thought it was funny. You know, I basically just think the whole movie is funny. And, you know, there's some bad acting, but it fits. There's, you know, there's just, it's just cheese, you know. It's delicious, fragrant cheese. And if you love monster movies, if you love, you know, slasher flicks, if you love action movies, you'll love this movie. If you love bad movies, you'll love this movie. I mean, again, I think it's just people coming together to pay homage to a entire genre of film and doing it very well, but sticking true to rules that were, you know, in place, but really just kind of pushing the boundaries as much as possible. I'm sure they'll do a sequel to this. I mean, I hope they do. I'd be there. I couldn't wait to rent it. Again, I kind of want to buy it just to have it around so I can check it out at my want. I don't know what else to say. I really like this. I hope you rent it. If you're, well, I gotta say, if you're a woman who's watching this, for whatever reason, I doubt you would get much out of it at all. It might even be sexist. You know, I'm not the best expert on that. But I can tell you any man would love this movie. Women, maybe not so much. Just because there, you know, there is graphic nudity, and it's always women, and terrible thing happened to women in this. Women are treated poorly by men, so I don't know. Maybe gals won't get so much out of it, but guys, you know, we're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. I loved it. So, but again, I'll stick with my 7 because, I mean, maybe I could give the theatrical experience an 8 just because of that added 3D element. But again, they're not wanting to be anything fantastic here, so I can't give it a fantastic rating. But it is very good, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I'll give it a 7, a solid 7. A great time, really, was had by me. All right, thank you very much. This is Piranha, the remake.